Hey everybody, it's Vinny from the Overdose Talk Show, and I guess like everybody else, I gotta jump in and comment about this whole torture video that was live streamed on Facebook. I kind of can't even believe I'm talking. I mean, the story is so ridiculous, and I don't know that I've really heard most people capturing the whole scope of it. I mean, they kidnapped this guy from the suburbs in a stolen van, took him to the city, to a neighborhood where generally, you know, I don't think white people are all that welcome. And if you're from a big metropolitan area, you know what I mean? There's just those areas that you'll be, you know, people will let you know pretty quick. Either they'll be cool and go, you might not want to be around here, or they won't be that cool. I've seen a little of both. But they take him to one of these types of neighborhoods, and they go into somebody's house, and I think they're hanging out, and the cops are saying it seemed like some kind of play fight started and got out of hand, and they started beating the shit out of him. And we've all seen the video by now. It's pretty fucking horrific, to be honest. And I'm not really shy about watching violent videos and things like that, but this one was really disturbing for you know, different reasons on different levels. One, you know, the media is covering this as you know, 4 teens assault mentally handicapped man. I've seen that a bunch of times. So they're already characterizing it and coddling sort of, oh, the wayward youth, look what they'll do, which I think a lot of people would agree happens a lot of times when there's black on white crime, whereas the mainstream media tends to then go the opposite way when there's like a white on black crime, which neither one is excusable, of course. But I mean, the thing that drives people crazy in cases like this is not so much the fact that they're so shocked something like this could happen. Of course, people do shitty things to each other. It happens. All types of people do all kinds of unspeakable fucking crazy things to each other. But the real outrage is like how the media covers it and twists it. And, you know, there's all different theories on why they do it, but they seem to do it. So anyways, one of the ways that this is disturbing is, you know, just how fucking stupid and detached and sociopathic the kids, the black kids in this video that are, or I'm saying kids, whatever. Oh, technically adults, whatever. The headlines should really say 4 retarded black people kidnap 1 retarded white person and abuse. It's like they're all fucking retarded in this video. Every single last person that appears in this video. And, you know, you don't really hear the white guy talk, so you can't, but honestly, what are you supposed to attribute this to? I mean, these people are fucking stupid, dude. And it's not this thing of, where I want to kind of like jump on the bandwagon and go, oh, this is representative of black culture, and this is, look at the black youth, and this is, you know, I know plenty of black people that are nothing like this. This is not, you know, as much as you might want to make it a thing of a racial bias in the media, I'll agree with that all the time. But as far as taking it that extra step of like, let's gear up for the race war, which I've seen over and over in comments and stuff, and it's just like, you know, there is an element to this that these happen to be 4 particularly fucking retarded black people. And I'm not sure why you can't say that, why that's bad, or what, you know. These people are fucking stupid. I've seen the whole video. Listen, I mean, I understand there's cultural differences in dialects and blah, 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 and it's not that. It's the fucking... They're live streaming it on Facebook, and the girl's going to anyone who tells her you shouldn't be doing this or you guys are going to go to jail. She's like, man, stop with that goofy-ass bullshit on my page. Blah, like, alarmingly detached from reality. It's fucking astounding. And the other girl's promoting her music. The other dudes are just rambling fucking incoherently in the background the entire time. And at one point, she's like, oh yeah, we're all drunk as hell. And you see there's like 1/5 the vodka on the windowsill. That's like 3/4 gone. Like, what? There's fucking 4 of you and you're drunk as hell off of less than 1/5 of vodka? The fuck is going on in this? There's so many things that don't add up. And meanwhile, you got the white guy cowering in the corner, scared out of his fucking mind. They're cutting a piece of his fucking scalp off, making him drink toilet water. I mean, I know a lot of people don't watch videos like this, so I'll describe it to you if you haven't seen it. You know, he's cowering and begging and pleading, and they're threatening to stab him. Meanwhile, okay, now I'll go back to the part where the media is focusing on the fact that he's mentally handicapped. That was never mentioned in this video, in the raw video that the people who have now been arrested and charged with a hate crime, were streaming. They weren't calling him retarded. They weren't calling him anything like that. It was all about white people, to the point that they were even making jokes about, like, and it was stupid fucking, if she goes, if he sat out in the sun for one whole day, he'd perish, y'all. He just saying shit like that, and about how white people are insects and they infest places, and they crawled out of the caves in Europe and blah blah. It's like, it was very specifically anti-white, their sentiment. Now, I generally think hate crimes are kind of fucking weird, for the reason that they seem to be selectively enforced, and also, shit sometimes gets said in the heat of the moment, and people get charged with hate crimes, and I don't think it's fair. I think the blanket hate crime legislation is kind of weird, and I don't necessarily agree with it, although I understand there was a time and a place where, black people were just getting abused constantly, and there was no national attention on it, and that's how these things happened. But whatever. The point being, if you're going to charge him with a hate crime, the reason, the motivation was that he was white. They hated him because he was white. They said fuck white people over and over. It was very undeniably anti-white. So that's the whole point of hate crime legislation, is if someone commits a crime like an assault or kidnapping, or like this, thing that we're looking at, and during the commission of the crime, they express that the motivation is racial or religious or based on sexuality, or what, what I mean, whatever. Or in Louisiana, if they're a cop, cops are protected by hate crime legislation here. That now there's going to be harsher penalties, and this is exactly what the hate crime legislation is for. This is the exact type of case. Now, I don't know about this play fight, or if the guy said some stupid shit, or whatever happened. I mean, he was hanging out with them for 2 days. It is a little weird. They're now saying that he was beaten in the van prior to this video being made, that they were driving around in the stolen van, that they were just driving around in and then streaming kidnappings. And then, by the way, the victim escaped because the downstairs neighbors called the police because of a noise disturbance. And after the police left, I guess without realizing they had a hostage the first time, the fucking people the kidnappers decide to go downstairs and kick their fucking neighbor's door in and fight them or intimidate them or do something to them because they had called the police. I mean, these people are just nuts. They're fucking crazy. It was basically they all woke up and went, "We're going to prison today. This is happening." It's like when you play Grand Theft Auto and you try to get to fucking 6 stars. They had no stars, and they're just kicking in doors. But yeah, they were just trying to go to fucking prison. I don't understand this at all, dude. I really don't. And I'm really not trying to be like some super uptight fucking really white guy, now alt-right racist. I'm just kidding, guys. But I just don't fucking understand how people get this way. This is just fucking insane to me. This is fucking nuts. And I know the point's been made over and over about, if this were to be the opposite and 4 retarded white people kidnapped 1 retarded black person and, did this exact same thing and cut a piece of his scalp off. Yeah, I do agree. It would be a way more of a national outrage, and the media would kind of probably see more potential in that. And they would go with it more, and it would be a whole different scenario. There wouldn't be people in the mainstream media defending it, like I've heard. This isn't a hate crime. Oh, they're kids. They make, even the Chicago Police Department said they're kids. They make bad decisions. No, this does not fall into this fucking category. This is not, taking a turn too fast and running into a tree. This is not fucking. This is not getting too drunk and fucking puking in your mom's car. This is not getting in a fucking fight at school. This does not fall in the category of fucking, kids. This would not be going on, this defense in the media, if it was the other way. Yeah, that's completely true. But it's not like they're getting away with it. They're going to go to jail for a really long time. probably, not like I'm a fucking expert, but I would guess, you know, these people are going to be made an example of. And, you know, there's a tendency to kind of like, let's see what the mainstream media, how they're going to twist this. But most of us don't fucking pay attention to it anyways, except when we want to get mad at something. So honestly, you know, only fucking morons are still watching TV news and stuff. So who gives a shit, man? They're going to be stupid anyways, no matter what we do. It really doesn't matter. They're not getting away with it. And people are generally waking up to this whole thing, no matter what race they are. They're going, look, you know, there's no excuse for shit like this. We gotta fucking stop working against each other in these weird ways. Except for these 4 retarded black people and their 1 retarded white victim. Because that's what's important. The mental health, not the race, not the politics. And I don't really give a fuck about any of the shit that they said in and of itself. It's just, you know, it's just proving a point, I guess. And they could have made a YouTube video saying all this stuff, you know, without a hostage. They could have just made a video of, you know, just smoking blunts and standing around and being like, fuck white people and blah, blah, blah. And I'd be like, yawn, don't care. And, you know, it really is just the whole thing put together. I don't understand how there's any debate about it. This is what a fucking hate crime is supposed to be, whether you agree with the hate crime legislation or not. This is what it's supposed to be. This is what it's supposed to protect against, this exact kind of shit. So, whatever. I guess that's my thoughts on it. I'm not particularly shocked. I've had a little bit of trouble kind of working up any real outrage here because, to be honest, I don't give a fuck, like I said, what the mainstream media does. And it's been really well covered on the internet and presented from all different perspectives. And everybody's been able to... And it seems like the majority of people agree, fuck any kind of defense for this. This is bullshit. And it definitely was a hate crime. So, you know, whatever. I'm kind of, you know, not all that shocked or perplexed. This kind of shit happens and will probably always happen in some way, shape, or form. Check out the channel for full talk shows. We will be back to a regular schedule soon, I hope, and more short videos from everybody on the Overdose Talk Show. See you guys later.